All right, big week, Monday Night Football. So it all starts right here for us on this Thursday, which is obviously like a Wednesday in schedule, Wednesday in season practice, right? We want to set the tone with this practice, have a good week of practice, execute in practice, and that execution, right, we want to carry that with us to Baltimore. I have a lot of respect for this team. Obviously, they've been good for a long time. Coach Harbaugh does a great job. They're a physical team. They're very talented. They're good in all three phases. So we'll need to be at our best, but look forward to the challenge.
Does Braden Smith practice this week? Do you know yet on that?
You'll see him out today. You'll see him out there on the field doing some work, but he'll be a no for today.
When you look at what Baltimore's done, especially with the 42 straight games, rushing for at least 100 yards. Two-part question. How tough are they to stop the run, and do you feel like Lamar Jackson's passing skills are underrated?
I think they got an excellent run game. To answer your first question, Mike, it's really multiple. They have really good schemes. I think Greg Roman does an excellent job kind of game planning and scheming the run. Their offensive line coach is really, really good. I know him very well. So they do an excellent job in the run game, and then they have a unique threat at quarterback. I do think Lamar Jackson's passing skills are underrated. I think he's really I love the way he throws the ball. Just from a quarterback standpoint, fundamentally, his upper body mechanics are really clean and crisp. He's got a very strong arm. He's got a quick, compact release. And this year just feels to me like they're throwing it down the field a little bit more, and he's doing an excellent job.
Frank, you talked on Tuesday, or whenever we talked to him this week, I guess the days kind of run together, about you guys preparing for Baltimore a little bit in the off season. Is that because they're on the schedule seemingly every year, or is that just how unique of an offense they are?
Yeah, just more about how unique their offense is, and there's a lot of college stuff in there. But then they still have pro stuff in there. And then the unique threat that Lamar poses, it's just a different scheme. So, during the off season, you spend a couple days, a period here, a period there, where and it's all planned out in advance. And Flus did a great job with that, and the defensive staff, of getting things locked in, taking a look at things, looking at what we've done in the past. How can we complement that? What can we do new and different that will be unscouted for them? So Flus did a good job.
When did you guys start that, Frank? Was that like during camp in Westfield, or?
Yeah, it was the meetings for the coaching staff were starting, before the players were here, obviously, just kind of developing a plan, talking about that plan, but then actually practicing it up in Westfield.
And
right?
then last year's game against the Ravens was wild because the first half really kept their offense in check. Second half, it almost felt like they dominated. Does that speak to what they can do, and how does a game turn like that when your scheme doesn't really change?
Yeah, no, I think it was really complimentary football in the wrong direction. We did okay in the first, and then we just turned the ball over a couple times, gave them a short field, gave them some momentum. Lamar got hot throwing the ball. They came out with that short, quick, controlled passing game, and moved the ball down the field, and they did a good job. So credit to them. They made some good halftime adjustments, and we just didn't do that. And so on either side of the ball, we didn't adjust to what they did. So ultimately that was why they won the game.
Frank, you always stress ball security, for obvious reasons. This is a team that seems like they're a little more attuned to getting it away from you. And again, last year, turnovers really flipped the game with Taylor's fumble and all that. Do you stress it more? I don't know how you stress it more.
Yeah, no, what I said to the guys today was, hey, we've been good this year. We've been good, but we need to be better. This is one of the better teams, if not the best team at getting the ball out. They have been. They're big and they're physical. But it's a skill. It's a talent to be able to get it out. Obviously, 44, Marlon Humphreys is exceptional at it, but really their whole defense is good at it. So, what we focus on is, hey, you can't run scared. We got to run hard and run physical, but we got to use our principles, our ball protection principles, with heightened awareness. And the way that happens is you do it every day, every rep. There's a hyper focus out on the field in practice. So that's the plan.
Is that going to Carson with ball security in the pocket as well?
Absolutely. Carson's been doing a great job of that. But for sure, it's in all phases. And, we even talk about it, when our defense is going to get the ball. We talked about that last week, and ironically, then you saw Darius, get that turnover last week, and I hope you noticed that what he did with the ball last week compared to what he did with the ball the previous week, there was a difference. He went to Coach Montgomery's School of Ball Security, and to Darius's credit, took the coaching. But yeah, no, it's really in all phases of ball security. Whoever has it, we always talk about the goal is whenever you have the ball is everything in this game. So the goal is at the end of every play, give it back to your team. This ball is sacred. When this play is over, envision yourself walking back over to the bench or to the huddle and say, here guys, I brought it back for you. I mean, that's the mentality you got to have. It's so no matter who has it, that's the mentality we got to have.
You have this group of young pass rushers, and Quiddy's hurt, but 3, 4, 5 young pass rushers. Guys develop at different rates. What about pass rushers specifically? From your experience, how does that group or that position group tend to develop, the speed at which they tend to develop, and do you think there's more growth for even guys in year 3 and 4?
Yeah, I do think you're right. I don't think like it's an overnight sensation type thing. It takes time. It takes time, and so I think we're excited about the guys we got. I think we're excited about Quiddy and Deo, who isn't even who isn't even out there yet. But we expect that. We know that, hey, we want to continue to get better and improve at our pass rush from the outside, and feel like those two guys are going to provide long-term answers, But and then in the meantime, we got other young guys, as you're saying, who have been developing, who've been in the system for years, and feel like they're getting better. Obviously, Kamoko had a nice game and can continue to develop, and so that's really the goal. Try to develop within and give those guys every opportunity to rise.
A couple more here.
Since he mentioned, is Quiddy on pace to practice today, or?
No, Quiddy is not out there today. Quiddy's not out there today, but we are optimistic about him.
Okay. The other thing with Carson on the ball security, sometimes when you go through a handful of games, you sort of avoid, you say, boy, that could have been a pick, this could have been. I really haven't noticed a lot where they've been almost. Was he really honed in on taking care of the ball himself in the pass game?
Yeah, I think he's doing an excellent job. I mean, making good decisions, good ball placement, good ball security in the pocket. I think, Coach Milanovic and Marcus have, done a good job, but obviously most of the credit goes to Carson, as far as not turning it, we got the fumble on the exchange and then the fluke interception on the shovel. But besides that, I mean, he's playing the position in a good manner there. Now it's just a question of continuing to make the kind of plays that we know he's capable of making, plays that are big plays in games. But now you got to pick the pace up on that without giving back too much on the other side, because it's risk reward. You take chances to make plays, and there's always a chance that, you're putting things at risk. So it's that fine balance. I think Carson is at a spot right now in his career in this specific season where I think he has the right mindset. I think he's got a very mature mindset on it. He understands what his role is and what he has to do for us to play winning football on offense.
Okay, last one here.
You mentioned in the past, primetime home games are earned, it's a respect. Is this a chance to make a statement on that subject?
No, absolutely. We're aware of the fact that, Baltimore is 14-1 in their home primetime games. So this is a great opportunity for us to go on the road and show what we can do in prime time. We got all the respect in the world for them, for what their record is in prime time. And it'll be a great challenge. It'll be a great test to see where we're at as a team, and I'm excited for it.